Here's a video on how to tune. So if your guitar's out of tune and you don't have a tuner, and that means you just travel back in time 30 years before internets and phones, and you just assume, say, your fifth string is the correct note, though it's supposed to be an A, like A220 or something like that. And but what you do is tune the other notes compared to that string. And here's the classic way. You go to the 5th fret of the 6th string and compare it. And then the most important thing is, like, give it a good hearty, like you strum both strings at the same time. And then keep this hand on there. So you got that, the 2 notes, and then you reach over with this hand, and you want to be able to hear it as you're tuning it. So listen to this. You feel that vibration of crunchiness. So what you do is just hit that until you can hear it go clear. And then you do the next one. Here's the 4th. I'll do that one again. Oh, that seems pretty good, eh? That one seems good too, but I'll make it bad, and then... Now there, I went over it. Now, if this note is sharp or higher than this note, what you can do, sometimes when you're listening to 2 notes at the same time, you're not 100% sure if this is higher or lower. The technique is to, like, really loosen it. Now you know for sure it's lower. And that's a good trick. Just scoop, and then, you know, deliberately make it lower so you know where you're at, man. And then this one is on the 4th fret. Man, my guitar is tuned. So here I'll put it higher again. Is it higher or is it lower? I don't know. Just lower it. Now you know it's, and if you're still not sure, just, like, you know, really loose, and then oh, I shot over it. This one's hard to reach. And then you can check your tuning, because the thing is, the original one you compared with, you know, then you compared the thing to it, and then it's like, as you compare along, it's bound to creep a little out of tune. So you can try a chord like a G. And say the bottom string there sounded funky, so you just tune to a chord. Once you know how to reach over while the strings are ringing, that's the main technique, is being able to turn this with your right hand or left, you know, and then have something. So that's, you know, that's the old-fashioned way of tuning at the 5th fret. And then a way I like to tune over the years is just to the open string. Like, if you know the sound of a 4th, boom, 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 you can use use that, and that's kind of easier. And you can just listen to it go clear, or I'll shoot over. Okay, I'll just lower it. Now I know it's below, and you would do that with all the strings. But the advantage of that system is you can actually still play the fifth string and compare them all together. And then test it on a chord. Oh, I like the sound of that. It's a little mellow on. So that's just tuning with one open string to the next. And ooh, I feel like I'm not. Other ways of tuning. Another way you can tune is by octaves. And this one is like you go to the 7th fret E and compare it like that. Oh, sorry. So it goes like bum, 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 bum. It's all 7th fret, except for the 2nd string. And oddly enough, that's the one that sounds a little out. And what that's gonna do is compensate for intonation. Like say you're on an acoustic or something that's hard to intonate, you can check your intonation up here. Notice that? That one's... And so it'll mean, I think theoretically it means it spreads your out of tuneness around a little bit more evenly. For example, if you're just in tune to a G chord, then just playing in this position is going to be in tune, but up here it might get sour. So it's like guitar's never going to be in tune, and that's just part of life, man. So don't let it bring you down. And the reason it's always out of tune is because of for a couple reasons. Even, it's because of the fixed semitone frets, you know, straight across. That's never going to be the same for, like this string's really fat and held at a certain tension, and then this one's really skinny. And the differences of the tension of the string compared to how straight, how they're like these frets, you've seen some guitars, some of them should have little slots where they go a little further and match. This is kind of like, what is that called? Buzz Phyton or something? Or there's compensated frets. And, you know, we've got these saddles here, but I think they can even compensate all the way along the scale for a certain tension, and then, but even then, if it's an equal tempered semitone, which it always is, it's, that note's going to be out of tune with that harmonic. See how they're a little different? It's because the harmonic is a pure interval. Those are all your overtones, and that's a pure interval. And that one's a tempered one. So you could try, I don't know. The only solution I think is those stupid guitars that have the computer in the headstock, and you could program it in, but there's no way the little server, those motors could move fast enough. So, or maybe there is, but maybe what's his face, Elon Tusk, designer of Tusk saddles. Yeah, maybe someone could design it. Anyway, that's the tuning. Peace on earth, goodwill to men.